Welcome to Legion Outpost, and I'm so glad you're here watching this video today. Today we're going to be talking about something a little different. A lot of people who play Legion play it in the competitive scene, and the way of playing it in a normal 1,000 point system is kind of geared towards the competitive. Now, competitive play is important. It is an important part of every game, but especially of Legion, because it keeps us getting new units and balance updates and points updates. If it wasn't a competitive game, there wouldn't be so many balance updates and point updates. They wouldn't care so much about that. They would just let you play on your own on your kitchen table, and you wouldn't see those updates and care for the game to make sure it's balanced. So that's what competitive play does. But something that gets ignored a lot is maybe not so much competitive play. Maybe looking at the game in a different way. Maybe playing in a campaign or a scenario play, or just on the table for fun. And one of those things that they kind of gotten away from as AMG has took over is that scenarios type of play. And I kind of thought they wouldn't do that because they seem to be very into the storytelling style of game. But since they've taken over, we've kind of lost that. Now, under Fantasy Flight, well, and a couple from AMG, but under Fantasy Flight and AMG, we've seen several packs that would give you an opportunity for scenario play. Now, AMG has released the OP box that's up in the top corner there, and so that was under them. And there's other OP boxes that they play, and that give you a scenario play or fun little play thing. And I've gotten three, I think, of them. My favorite was the one with the Gaganon monster. It was kind of fun. It's kind of like a kicking it back and forth, punting it down the field, trying to get people to be terrorized by this little monster. But here's the thing, like, Fantasy Flight Games did this a lot with the way they revealed or got rid of their scenery. Because of the way the licensings work, they needed to have game components in their scenery. And so doing that, they did these game components, and they were scenario play. And in some of them, they even did things that would help you in your game. So the vital assets and stuff like that. That was to change the rules. Now, here's the thing. None of those are playable under the new 2.0. In the assets of the way they do missions and stuff, but you can always play the scenarios, and so you can get away with doing some of these fun little scenarios. But more than just scenarios, I would like to have seen some sort of overarching campaign. And so I've always tried to design some campaign games, and in the games I like playing that style when you get together with a group of friends, and your battle means something, like you've seen in Armada. Armada had a campaign game, which was a lot of fun. And so something that kind of, you win this battle, you get this for the next battle. And so I think that this would be a good way maybe to do something like this. And so they have done a little bit of a rule set that's kind of a little different to kind of help you play in more of a scenario type basis and give you a little fun aspects. And that is their rule set that they've called Dangerous Environment game mode. And so there's a rule set on the rules for that, and it just talks about the how the environment can make a difference, and it tells you armor building is the same. Setup phase is pretty much the same, except for you don't take advantage cards. Instead, you put out advantage tokens, and the advantage tokens interact with the special rules, which is the calamity cards. And there's some calamity cards, and each of them do something. At the beginning of the round, depending if you've chosen whatever calamity card, they say you choose between each other. I think you could just do it randomly on the battlefield to give it a random feel. And then you roll a red dice, and you look at the results, and then you have that effect. And those are affected by your advantage tokens you put out. And so everything's geared off the advantage tokens, which is a cool way of kind of doing a different style or scenario to the battle, but it still lacks some real punch. And so what got me thinking about all of this actually was my recent 3D print. So I recently printed a 3D print of this Rancor. And so I recently printed this 3D print and then painted it. And I decided I wanted to put them in my game, but I wanted to have a way of playing them, a scenario to play them. And so I started thinking about that. And I remembered this cool company or website, Clever Clankers. And they have this couple different scenario packs, different things. They have a way of playing your couple different things, Tusken Raiders. And I went to the site way back in the day because I had a Tusken Raider village. And so I was really excited to maybe put my Tusken Raiders into a game. And so I made a village and I got all my Tusken Raiders designed and had this village in how the Tusken Raiders, and they already made a card, so it was kind of easy and clever, and clever clankers did this. They also have a first order set, so you can play some first order units, and they have cards for them. But then I remembered they had a Rancor, so when I printed this Rancor, I decided to take a look at them, and I was really excited about what they had. So they have different cards, and they've like a scenario card, the Rancor card, and they don't come with a model, but I had this model painted, and they cool box arts just in case you wanted to get involved in that. And it was just kind of a cool set. Now let's take a look closer. And so here we are. We got our Rancor cards, and we got here. As you can see, the Rancor Rampage, and it has hostile. Blue player places it. Starting with the blue player, the Rancor places control to battlefield. Each round, place a face-up condition activation token next to the Rancor. When the Rancor is activated, it uses the hostile keyword. And basically, that is that he would go to whoever is close to it and makes a move. It's kind of like a standby, but it would move into range and attack. It can grab them. Has armor saves, and the card is there. It throws double rainbow, pierce, impact 3, and suppressive. Health is 10, red save. He surges to hit. Basic card, 1 movement speed, but with this great big base on the one I made, that's a pretty good movement speed. And so I looked at this and I thought, this is pretty good, but I think the Rancor should be more devastating on the battlefield. Now I'm going to play it both ways, but I think the Rancor should be even more devastating on the battlefield. And so one of the things I did for that is that I made it so that the Rancor would be right in your face a bit more. And I thought, well, since this is created, there has been some adding to Legion. And one of the things they added were Dark Troopers. And Dark Troopers kind of have this mechanic where they have 2 actions. So I thought it'd be cool to give the Rancor 2 actions. One that he runs in, attacks, and then the second action, I'm calling it Bloodlust. And so if he's already killed a unit in that action, he doesn't go after the same unit. Instead, he goes after another unit because he likes to wreak havoc on the battlefield. And so as long as he killed something, he doesn't stay engaged. If he doesn't kill a model, then he stays engaged and he would fight that one again. But it gives you an opportunity that he's just kind of crazy and he's like, going after things in like a Rancor kind of way. And so I kind of thought that would be a cool way to do it. And so that's kind of the way I planned on playing this action set. And so that's kind of my thoughts, but I really think that campaign play can be a fun way to play. And so I'm doing this video, and then me and my play group, we're gonna actually record us playing the Rancor Rampage. So look forward to seeing that in the near future. I'm hoping to get the game in this week or next week, and then record it and edit it down and put it into my release. It'll probably be my first release of my battle reports. We've got 3 or 4 already taped, and I'll tape this one, and then we'll start releasing those. And you can see how we're growing and trying to build our battle reports. And even from the first one to the one we have now, like the next one I do, there will be some differences because the reality is my camera equipment has been upgraded. I didn't like the way some things happened, but here's the thing. Look forward to seeing those. Be a part of our community. Like, subscribe, and join us and help us out, because it doesn't cost you anything to like. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to comment, but all those do help us get noticed and help us to be better each time. And so that by doing that, it helps us in our community and being able to continue to make these videos for you. And so we really appreciate that. And I hope you look forward to seeing this beast on the battlefield ripping apart some enemies, or my rebels too. Who knows? We'll see. And so I can't wait to get it on the battlefield, and I hope you can't wait either. And thank you so much. May the Force always be with you, and I'll see you next time on Legion Outpost.